Question is, how many of you would be willing to trade places in this society with a black person?
I think I would.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm not saying there's not race.
If you are a white Caucasian woman, be careful with the wordplay that many black women are today using to make you feel guilty. In today's video, friends, we are gonna check out one from Right Wing Angel. All right, the Right Wing Angel got a lot of good stuff on his Instagram, so we're gonna check out one from him very quickly. And this one is entitled "Canadian TV Show Deconstructing Karen Has Black Women Lecturing White Women About How Racist They Are." Now, before we get into this subject, friends, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more of our notification uploads. One of the reasons I'm doing this type of videos, friends, is because this matter needs to be brought to the screen. A lot of the talking points of many black women or men, when they appear to be fighting racism, would you believe me if I were to tell you that they are the real racist? Now, I used to think that black people could not be racist, but the more I listen, I begin to realize the table has flipped. The real racists today are becoming black people, friends, and I'm a black man. I'm not here to condemn all black folks, but we need to stop. Now, listen very carefully to this video. You will see where I'm coming from, and I do not condone these words that are in this video. I do not say this is okay. I'm bringing out a particular point here so that I can address a matter and in the hope of shining some light. So I'm hoping you understand the motive of this video. Do not take my words nor twist them here. So now let's take a listen to this one.
Let me ask you a question. How many of you would trade places with a black person in this society? Raise your hand.
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, it's yes or no. How many of you would do it?
I know I would.
I mean, I dated a Hispanic, very dark.
No, I'm not talking about Hispanic. The question is.
That's just a wrong question, period. It lacks context. It's a question that is a breathing ground for a lot of self-guilt and creating serious quarrel and argument. That very question in itself, from the place where it came from. So why will a white woman have to trade places with a black person? Most people are happy being who they are, and they should be, and that's what we should be teaching people, not trading places with somebody else. Now, we can sympathize and empathize with somebody else's situation or pain or condition, but I am what I am. You are who you are. We should not be doing stuff like this, but we will say the Caucasian are racist. Wait a minute. Guess who's the real racist in the room? Let's keep watching.
That I was going to have children. So I spent many years thinking of myself of having very dark-skinned children.
Question is, how many of you would be willing to trade places in this society with a black person?
I think I would.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm not saying there's not racism. Absolutely not. It's just saying I don't see it.
Yeah, but you know how racist this country is.
Not to the degree that you do.
Oh, no, you will never know. You know, in this country, we created the criminalization of black people. And when your skin is seen as a weapon, you're never unarmed. And that's why black boys and men and women are dying in the street with their hands up.
Lady, you're crazy. Black boys, men and women that are dying in the streets with their hands up this idea of police brutality or killing black folks, people are not paying attention. They are not checking the stats. They're watching the news, and that's it. Listen, go watch the movie Uncle Tom 1 and 2. And I did my study and did my research and did some digging. I've read some articles. The entire theory for Black Lives Matter, the reason they are rioting, everything they sin against, police brutality, black people are less likely to be killed by police than any other race in the entire world. This whole narrative is inconsistent with the data. And those women, you know, I feel really bad for these white women that are sitting there listening to this nonsense. You have to have guts and boldness to challenge them, because these black women today, they're using their words and their language and their facial expression and their frown trying to get you to feel sorry for being white. Stop falling for it. It's a trap. You don't have to feel sorry. You can simply say, I'm not racist. Don't play that game with me. Because these women, these so-called black women who are trying to use skin color and trying to lecture these women, are themselves the real racists in the room. This is nonsense. So you got a few black women together with a number of white women, and you put one in authority, schooling, lecturing these Caucasian female to feel sorry for being white, to feel sorry for the condition of blacks today, when in reality, majority of our black men and black women are hurting themselves or hurting each other. It's not being done by Caucasian. It's not being done by police. When you go to the inner cities communities, and you see the violence taking place, cops are not the one killing these black men. They are doing this to each other. Have you heard our so-called drill music today? Cops didn't do this to us. We are the ones singing, talking about murdering one another in our streets, shouting their names. And now you want these white ladies here to feel sorry for being Caucasian. What kind of nonsense is that? Ladies, listen. Don't fall for this trick. If you are a white woman, I'm speaking for you today. Stop letting black people play this game with you. Okay? It's a reflection game. What they are doing, they are injecting their guilt in your conscience. The way they feel, the way these black women feel toward white people, they are looking to make you feel the same about them, when really that's not the reality. Their perception of self, their self-ideology is so twisted that they will take their pain and anger and reflect it upon you as if you are guilty for the condition of the black race today. And when you do your research, that's not the case. We should not be doing this. And I'm calling it out. Now, listen very carefully, friends. I just have a hatred for abuse and nonsense. I guess I'm allergic to it. Let's go to Romans chapter 14:13. Look what the Bible says, friends. This is when you can talk about judgment in a proper context. Let us therefore judge one another. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore. Look how God speaks about this, right? It says, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way. You see what they're doing here? They're putting a stumbling block in your way. They're looking for a reason and an occasion for you to stumble by making you feel guilty for things that has been done in the past against blacks, which I say it is wrong. But these modern day women today, what do they have to do with that? What kind of nonsense? Why are you trying to get them to feel sorry and guilty for being white? And unfortunately, they are answering these people. They are feeding into that, yeah, I'll trade places. No, stop that. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what these racist black women want. Stop feeding into their racism. Confront them. It doesn't matter how bold and how fearless they are. Look at them straight in the eyes. Tell them I'm not racist. Stop playing that game with me. That's what it takes. Stop playing this racist game. I'm not racist. I'm not a child. Don't play this nonsense with me. When you do stuff like that, they will respect you. Now, they may get mad and throw a fit. Let them throw a fit. But do not feed into this nonsense of racism, making you feel guilty when you know as a white person, a white woman, you're not guilty. Stop letting them play with your mind. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. And I'm hoping, friends, don't ever let anybody play with your conscience ever again like that. You are a free moral agent. Make decision for yourself. If you have no hatred, no racism in your heart, you know it to be true, don't let somebody play with you. Stand for what you believe. Look at them straight, square in the eyes, and tell them where you stand. And let them fight with the result. Anyway, I wanted to say that. I don't want to get upset here. I just hate nonsense. Let's move on. Until next time, and as always, make sure you look unto Jesus, lay by faith. Have a good one. Bye.